Make a little movie here about some basic things necessary for survival and preparation. First off, here you have a hand crank radio, which is a real good thing to have. Should also have a supply of batteries, obviously, which I have yet to put a stock in. But this is very good. Something that you could pick up at most stores, and it's a very good thing to have. This next thing right here is called a hobo tool, and as you can see, it has a spoon and a fork and some other tools in it which make eating a lot easier. This is a regular knife here. Inside the handle are some tools that you can use, a compass, and there's a space inside there that you can store things, small things like maybe string or rope if you need that. This is a small mag light. Should ideally have several of these. And as for light also, you should also have a store of candles, which is another thing I have yet to put into my package. Here's another small knife that you can clip to your belt. It's a good idea to have several knives. You never know when you're going to need them. This also is a very, very good tool to have. This is a Leatherman, and this, pardon me for a minute, I'll get it out. This has a knife, and it also has various tools. Screwdriver and things like that, which could be very, very helpful to you in a situation where you need them, an emergency. So that's an excellent thing to have. Right here I also have a surgical instrument kit. Now, I'm sure nobody wants to be performing surgery, but if you find yourself in a situation where you have some if you get stuck with something, or you step on a nail or a piece of glass or something like that, it might be a good idea to have some forceps to remove it, and if worse comes to worse, perform your own little stitching on severe cuts and lacerations, if in fact that's something that you're able to do. Perhaps you can get someone else to do that for you. These are wind and waterproof safety matches. Should also have a selection of matches as well, which is a good thing to keep. And I keep all of these items in this little storage bag right here, which is very portable. All of these items will fit inside, and that's a very good thing to have, just a little bag. This can go along with your actual get-out-of-town bag, which I'll show you about in another video. As for food, okay, I'm single, so I don't need a lot, but I'm slowly building up a stockpile, and this is what I want to emphasize to everybody, and that is the fact that you don't have to run out and buy giant one-year supplies of things and order them from the internet from dubious sources. You can buy things that you're familiar with every day in big quantities, put them aside for storage, and have them in case you need them. Well, here you see that I have a 10-pound bag of rice. That's organic brown rice. Then I also have a propane stove, which in case you don't have electricity or your gas is not functioning, you'll be able to cook. Also, here's a big box of cereal, some nuts, box of macaroni and cheese, fruit and nut medley, another fruit and nut combination. Here's some box of 60 granola bars, which would go a long time for a single person, some canned soup, and some canned beans. There's a lot of protein here. There's also a lot of very basic foodstuffs. So this is just a growing list of things that I have. This would be enough to last me for probably a week at least, if not more than that, with rationing. So, and as you can see, it doesn't take up a lot of space. I mean, I have it arranged on the floor here, but when it's all stacked up in a corner, it doesn't take up that much space. And I also have a couple cases of gallons of spring water. You might also want to consider getting distilled water, which of course would be a little bit better for storage, but as long as the bottles remain sealed, I don't see any problem with using spring water or any other kind of bottled water. But right now I have 2 cases, and that's 12 gallons of water, which I would use exclusively for drinking and cooking. It might be a good idea for you to put aside some other water, which you can use for you know, personal use, like cleaning and you know, flushing your toilet, that sort of thing. Just have a little supply set aside in that manner. So these are just some ideas, things that I picked up in my regular everyday shopping. In some cases, like the surgical kit, I ordered from a catalog, but they're not hard to find. And you can gradually build up a stockpile, which will be good in case you need it. So that's just some things to put aside. Remember, some other things that I didn't show you here, which are very important: batteries, okay, candles, regular matches. You might also want to consider having a few other things in stock, like alcohol, some medical supplies, like a first aid kit. I do have a emergency first aid kit in my car, but you want to have a first aid kit with bandages and other things of necessity, like antibiotic cream and that sort of thing. Obviously, I'll go into greater detail at a later time when we talk about your get-out-of-town bag and some other preparedness things that are good for that. So, again, no reason to be frantic or crazy. Just in your everyday travels, pick up something a little extra and put it aside. And pick up those little odds and ends, which will prove to be important in case there is some sort of catastrophe. And again, you know, just some simple tools. And a hand crank radio is very important to stay in touch with people. Knives are very important. You should have at least a couple of them. The Leatherman tool is excellent, but any kind of tool like that would be appropriate. Anything that had screwdrivers and that sort of thing is very important. And you know, some matches that'll work in case you know, you get inundated in a downpour or something like that. Very, very good thing to have. So I'll have some more to say later, but there's a little glimpse right there of some stuff that you can put together relatively easily, which will help you in a situation where you're in trouble and you need to have something put aside to help and get out of that. So there you go.